Hi all, I just wanted to make this YouTube video and I wanted to talk on a heavy subject today. So this topic I want to talk on is MDD, and if you do not know what MDD means, it is Major Depressive Disorder. But I wanted to talk about my story with MDD. So I was diagnosed with MDD when I was like 15 years old, maybe 16. I had a really bad suicide episode, and I went to the hospital for that. There was just a lot going on at the time that I don't really get into, but the topic I wanted to touch on is the fact that as a Christian myself, I actually struggle with MDD really, really bad. So again, that's Major Depressive Disorder. So some of the things that I struggle with are really, really heavy. Like God not forgiving me not hating myself, God loving me, these things like that. But a lot of ways that I combat that, or I can combat that, because it is a spiritual struggle as well, is I'll read my Bible, I'll pray, and a lot of times I'll just spend alone time, just be silent and not really do anything. Just be in prayer, like with God, or things like that, or even read. But MDD is it's a really, really heavy subject and topic. But I did want to touch on this because I am a Christian. I was saved when I was 9, but I struggled a lot growing up. When I was 12, well, it started when I was 8, but it lasted till I was 17. But I do struggle with that every day. So, don't feel like, if you feel like you cannot talk about it, reach out to somebody, because that is the best way that you can potentially get help, and to reach out to somebody. And I know a lot of people that struggle with MDD, which is depression, feel like they cannot talk to anybody. Nobody's going to understand. They won't understand. You feel alone, and you're in darkness, and you just don't feel like anybody is going to understand you. Also, with me, I actually have multiple things on top of that, that I was diagnosed with. So, anxiety, depression, which is MDD. I was diagnosed with, schizophrenia and a bunch of other things. Depression's my biggest thing, but that technically it leads back to my home life as well. The depression does, and it adds up to that till I was 17. And there was just a lot of things going on at that time that really contributed to it. I do love them, my family. I do pray for them. I definitely forgive them. And that's been a struggle to forgive them, but I definitely forgive them. And I absolutely hope they're in heaven. But I just wanted to come on here and let everybody know that if you are struggling with MDD, Major Depressive Disorder, you can always reach out. Reach out to somebody. If you do not feel like you can reach out, then I would suggest trying to get help somewhere else, not just reaching out, if you're in a dark place or you feel really, really bad, you do not feel like you can reach out to somebody, then see who your close person is that you maybe can talk to about it. Because one of the things I know I struggle with when it comes to that is the emotional aspect of depression. Nobody, like I said, nobody cares. Nobody's going to care. God doesn't care. God doesn't love me. It's not whatever. So you can still be a Christian.